Welcome to Puvanur RBIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur R.V. Iyer Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Today I am going to teach you the traditional Kuraipu Farans Bora Korvai in Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. We have completed all the sequences. The moment I complete this grand finale, we will do a quick revision and review of this thala, as it's a very short thala and easily adaptable from Adi Thala. So let me start this class with the Thirukkural. Natham pol kedum uladu agum sakkadum vittagarkku allal aridu. What is the meaning of it? Pugal udaludan வாழ்வது, நிலையான புகழுடன் இறப்பது ஆகிய இரண்டும் அறிவாளிகளுக்கே கிடைக்கும், மற்றவர்க்கு கிடைக்காது. Let me repeat the meaning of it. புகழ் உடலுடன் வாழ்வது, நிலையான புகழுடன் இறப்பது ஆகிய இரண்டும் அறிவாளிகளுக்கே கிடைக்கும், மற்றவர்க்கு கிடைக்காது. What does it mean? So as you live popular. As you die, you live popular. யானை இறந்தாலும் இருந்தாலும் ஆயிரம் பொன். What does it mean? Even if it's living, it can earn the money. Even if it dies, every part of its body is useful. Its tusks are used for different products. The skin is used for different products. Same is with the cow. But what is the use of human body? It is of no use once when it perishes. So the popularity, Thiruvalluvar compares that it's only applicable for people who are knowledgeable, who can be popular as they live and as they die. They will be ever remembered. The greatest example whom we can think of in this generation, in this century immediately, is Dr. Abdul Kalam. He's been remembered forever for being a scientist, being simpleton in his life all through, and very noble principles he carried through all his life. So with this good thought, we will enter into this class. Now the traditional Kuraipu is like Misra Chapu. Deen, takita deen, takita deen, takita deen, takita din, tat deen, takita deen, takita deen, takita deen, takita takadin, deen. That's the first paragraph. That's the first paragraph. Now, you further embellish it with a further reduction of the sequence. Din takita din takita din ta din takita din takita takadin din takita din takita din din takita din takita takadin. Now, instead of takita, you replace with tomkitataka. Deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka tarikataka deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka deen, tomkitataka tarikataka deen. Deen, tarikataka tarikata ding, tarikata ding, tarikata ding, tarikata ding, that ding, tarikata ding, tarikata ding, tarikata ding, tarikata ding. This is the reduction part of it. This is perfect, something very similar to Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. This is the reduction part of it. Now the next one is the fronts. The fronts can be played in two different ways. So that's the second part of it. These are the first two paragraphs. The next fronts can be when you are playing there are 2-3 different varieties you can play. Namthaki, tathaki, tathaki, tathaki. Tathaki, namthaki, namthaki, namthaki. Namthaki, tathaki, tathaki, namthaki. Tathaki, namthaki, tathaki, namthaki. There are many combinations. You can play all these combinations systemically. Then you can get two different sounds. One with tha, one with dhum. When you play, you get a different effect. When you play with tha, you get a different effect. Only with the nam. When you with the tha, you can show all these modulations. As you go along, as you practice well, you have to understand and evolve the sound and then get that. These all cannot be taught. These all to be experimented by yourself and then get the feel of it and then get there. So these are all the basic fronts for Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Now for the mora, it's a very simple mora I'll teach you, and then there are many different complicated moras. I will hint you a few samples, but I'll teach you later in the advanced classes. This is the very simple mora. Anytime you can play, whomsoever is leaving you a solo. Very easy. It's a combination. Tom kita taka tari kita taka 1.5 beats. Tit tom kita taka tari kita taka or tagadam tom kita taka tari kita taka is 2 beats. 1.5 plus 2 beats is 3.5 beats. It's a perfect seating for a Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. So that when you use it and reduce, it's very easily you can play this mora. Korvai, I'll teach you very simple Korvai again for now, for as a mark of completion. Later I'll teach you very complex and brilliantly formed Korvais as we go and deal with the advanced lessons. The most simple Korvai here is Takadimitong, 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 Tadinginatan, Tadinginatan, Tadinginatan. How it's the combination here, the math here is all 7. Takadimitong, 4 and 3. You repeat it 3 times. Takadimitong, Takadimitong, Takadimitong. So 7 into 3, 41. Tadhi kitatum, Tadhi kitatum, Tadhi kitatum. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Taha dhihi kitatum. Taha dhihi kitatum. Taha dhihi kitatum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first half, a 7 is represented in the form of 4 plus 3. The second half, the 7 is represented as 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So the first half is repeated thrice, the second half is repeated thrice. 21 plus 21 is 42. In a 7 beat cycle, you are playing this sequence. I explained you Takadimitanga 3 times, Takadimitanga representing Taddi Kitatum is 3 times. Though the trickier part is typically we get a challenge. As it's applicable to Tisra Jathi, can we play in Tisra Triputa? When you actually experiment it, has to come the double of it, like 3.5 beats, 7, it is 7 beats here. Now I will demonstrate you. Takadimitong, 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 Taddi Kitatum, Taddi Kitatum, Taddi Kitatum. Only in the half beat you are getting the score gets over. The reason being because it is applicable for a 3.5 beat cycle, it is not fitting in a 7 beat cycle. So you should formulate a Korvai for Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam which is even, which comes forth from beginning to end. So let's try to play this. And why I taught you this one is don't take it don't take it as a ready-made thing like whatever is coming in Tisra Jathi can always be played in Tisra Triputa because it's 3.5 only. It might come and hit you sometime when you are playing a solo, it will come halfway through and then you will be stunned, what has happened? I made a mistake. So you have to ensure when you are playing Tisra Jathi Triputa, that's why whenever you are playing solo, you have to ensure where you are going to start, what Korvai you are going to play. You should be planned, especially for the crescendo. For other things, it's okay. So it's important. Just today Tisra Jathi Triputa I can play this, but you will be got caught like this as was what we got today. I did this intentionally for you to teach the difference. Now to play a Korvai for a full Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam, let's go with this math. Takadimitong, 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 Taga, Tigi, Kigi, Taga, Togum, Tadingana, Tum, Tadikita. Here the math is 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 21. That's set aside. Then Tha, Dhi, Ki, Tha, Tum. 4 into 5 is 20. Tadikitathum. Tadikitathum is 2 into 5 is 10. 20 plus 10 is 30. Then Tadikitathum. That is 30 plus 5 is 35. The first half is 21. 21 plus 35 is 56. So it perfectly fits. 56 divided by 4 is, when you divide by 4 is how many beats? 14 beats. 56 divided by 4 is 14 beats because in 7 it will come for 2 cycles. Takadinitong, takadinatong, takadinatong, taga, hihi, kihi, taga, togum, tadinganatum, tadikitatam. So it's a 14 beat more Korvai for Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. So the math is 7 into 3, 4 into 5, 2 into 5, 1 into 5. Beautiful progression. 4 into 5, 2 into 5, 1 into 5. It's a geometric progression. So you have to understand this, and we can play this korvai. So the korvai goes like this. You can play as an extended one also into this korvai. So the korvai is takadimitang, 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 taga, tigi, kege, taga, tungum, ta, tinganna, tum, ta, kitatanta. In Mr. Chapa, it perfectly fits because you are playing a 7-beat. Whatever, on the contrary, whatever is you composed for Tisra Jathi Triputa will fit in Mr. Jathi because it's a subset. But whatever is a subset when you're playing for the next one, you have to ensure that it is for the full cycle. Only then it fits. So this is important for you to, as a takeaway. Hope you have understood it. And this comes to the logical completion of Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Just to have a quick recap, what all we saw, Tadhindina sequence. We saw the different varieties. Tadhinna, Takadhinna, Tadhindinna, Kadadagadin, Kadadagadagadavi. We also saw a different variety of playing a Misra Chapa in Tisra Jathi Triputa. Tadhinna, Tadhindinna, Tadhinna. The mora that what we chose to play is a 7-beat mora consistently across for an easy understanding. These are the varieties I am showing you, and we saw that. Next one, dhimi dhimi taka, prefix it. Taka dhimi taka, suffix it. Dhimi taka, slice it. These are the 3 varieties. In taka dhimi taka, then we went into we saw all the phrases. Then we reduced. Then we saw Tangatadim, Tangatadim, Takadimitadim, Takatadim, Tangadagatadim, Katadim, Takatipitadim, Takatadim, Tangadagatadim, Tadim, Takatadim. How seamlessly you have to integrate a sequence from the previous one to the new sequence. That we saw. The idea. Tadimitakita, 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 Tagdimitakita, 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 dim. Tangadagakita, 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 dim, Dakata, dim, Tangadagakita, dim, Takadakita, Tangadagakita, dim. We saw all these things. It's very easy. So the first half is only the 3, and later it's only the Adithala you dwell with, and then you play all those things. The dhim, the dhimi, dinaka, dhimi, tak, dhim, the dhimi, dinaka, dhin, dhin, we put a resonant sound there. Dhin, din, the dhimi, dinaka, dhimi, dhimi, the dhimi, dinaka, dhimi, the dim, tatalanga. We applied the Gandachapu pattern and then the phrase. We also prefixed and suffixed. Dhin, din, din, the dhimi, dinaka. Dhimita, dhimi, dinaka, dhin, din. Dhimita, dhimi, din, dhimita, dhimi, din. Slicing approach. We saw all this. We approached like that. Exactly the same like Aditala. Rest is all the same. You have to just sancharam. You have to do around it, how to go about it. Then we saw the 3 Sarvalagu patterns. Takat, Vitaka, Jun, Takat, Vitaka, Jun, Takat, Vitaka, Jun. That pattern, how to deal with it, how to do the homework with different patterns. Then I told you the subtle difference between Takadimi Takajunu, Tangu Taddin, Taddin Tangu. The padding with the dhum, the way the sarvalagu is structured, you have to understand it right. It sounds sarvalagu, but combination, you have to ensure that it's right. Then we saw takadin dimi dindimi. Then we saw thangutta thadimi. Beautifully we saw all these sequences. The traditional reduction, something very similar to Mr. Chapter. The farans I taught you. Again I explained you, you can play n number of varieties. You can create sound in different ways. Play with dhum, play with nam, play with tha, play with ta. All the combinations generate the sound in a perfect way. Then we saw a simple mora. We saw the mora and we saw a very simple korvai. We also saw the difference. When you play a subset korvai into a superset, it may not always fit. For example, a Misra Chapu korvai may not fit directly into a 7 beat. A 3.5 beat korvai will not fit directly to a 7 beat cycle unless it is perfect multiple of 7. If it's a 14 beat, if it's 14 plus 7, 21 beat. If it's 10.5 beat korvai, it only fits in Misra Chapu Thalam. It doesn't fit in Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. That's the learning we saw. And then we also saw a korvai, which is a beautiful math of 7 into 3 plus 4 into 5, 2 into 5 plus 1 into 5, a 56 syllabled korvai we saw, which is for 14 beats. For Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam is 7 beats. 56 syllables were there. So it divided by 4, 14 beats. So in Tisra Jathi Triputa, a 14 beat korvai perfectly fitted, which can, on the contrary, be played for Misra Chapu Thala also, because it's a subset of Tisra Jathi Triputa. All these we saw end to end. So we have completed this class. I am very happy to announce that all of you have graduated level 3 or will be graduating in level 3, as I will do the review of this thala especially, because which has been recently taught to you. Now you have completed level 1, which is Balapadam. Level 2, the Balapadam actually covers your basic fingering techniques, lot of basic lessons which are of very great importance. We also saw the combined syllables. We also know the concepts of Trikala, what is the concept of Trikala, how to put Thala, all those things are explained. Trikalam is first speed, second speed, third speed, how you have got to do. Then we went into the level 2, covering all the subtle aspects of the basics of primary 4 thalas. Adi Thala, otherwise called Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Rupaka Thala, otherwise called Tisra Jathi Rupaka Thalam. Misra Chapu Thalam, which is otherwise called Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam. Then Ganda Chapu Thalam, otherwise called Ganda Jathi Eka Thalam. If you want to put it into the family of 35 thalas. But these things are in vogue from the time that Tyagaraja Trinities used to go for bhajans. They have made it tailor-made, all these thalas, to suit their chaplakatais. And that's why it's important we covered all these aspects first. That's level 2 as a mark of completion. Then we went into the chapter of the theory part of introduction of 35 thalas, 7 sapta thalas, panchagadis, panchajatis, Tisra Jathi, Chatusra Jathi, Ganda Jathi, Misra Jathi, Sankirna Jathi. How this has evolved to arrive at this 35 thala, you might have seen in the charts in our classes. It talks about how we have got evolved with this 35 thalas. Then we dwelt 5 major thalas as a demo: Tisra Jathi Triputa, Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam, Sankirna Jathi Triputa Thalam, Ganda Jathi Triputa Thalam, and the last, in the easiest of all, Tisra Jathi Triputa Thalam, 7 beats we have now completed. You have sufficiently now equipped to go to the next level, which is advanced level, I would deem it, because where you are going to deal with core wise for each of the thalas you have learned. And also, once when you learn the core wise, I'll also teach you the next level of edipus in songs. That will be level 4. How to take song at different edipus, I'm going to talk about and deal with it. I'll explain it in much larger scale in the next level. So I'll end this class. You're going to have an interesting journey with me from level 4 onwards, because it's advanced and you need a lot of attention and concentration to understand the math behind it. That's where Poonur RVA, Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics, is going to concentrate, which is the specialized area where you will be taught the nuances, you will be taught the complex mathematics, what had been played by the exterior Vidwans in a very simple and lucid style, so everybody understands it. Tondrit pugarodu tondruga, achtalir tondralil tondramain nandru. I always like this Tirukkural like anything, because it is my dream from childhood. Like, I want to do something in my life which can lay footprints to the society later. I feel extremely happy that I am dedicated to this project, and where I feel this work will be very useful for the youngsters, passionate youngsters who want to learn this art of percussion. So, this Tirukkural I always read with passion. I want to read it again. Tondru pugarodu tondruga, achtalir tondralin tondramain nandru. Let's look at the meaning of it. மனிதனாக பிறக்க விரும்பினால் புகழுடன் தோன்றுவது நல்லது, இல்லையேல் மனித பிறவியாய் தோன்றாமல் இருத்தலே நலம். What does Tiruvallur say? If at all you want to be born, no, you have to live popular. You have to live popular means it's not by easy means. You have to work hard to become popular. And that's the way I have sought, where I wanted to say I will strive hard and try to give back to the society whatever I have learned in the best possible way, so that the society gets, this art form gets a different dimension in the later years. And otherwise what Tiruvallur says is, it's as good as not even being existing in this world. When you exist, do something very useful. It doesn't mean all can become popular. That's not what he means. He says, where having born as a human being, do whatever is useful and to the society and to you. With this good thought, I'm signing off and wishing you all the best in all your efforts, and I'll see you in the next class. Level 4 advanced lessons in Adi Thalam. I'll start off with the core wise, the basic core wise, what you can interlude with your learnings, and I'll tell you how to apply, where to interlude what in a much deeper and easier way for you to understand. Cheers.